Jeff Spolster, your roving realtor. In this buyer's eyes segment, wanted to show you some things in this house that you would want to be looking at as a buyer when you're out there looking at properties. Not because this is a bad house, but because it's got some examples of things that I want you to be looking at and be considering when you're out there looking at properties. First of all, what you want to be looking at is areas where you see some obvious patching in the walls and the ceiling. Like right here, you can see a patchy area where this wall right there obviously used to extend out farther, was cut back. You can see the patch up there in the ceiling, and you can also see the crack that now runs from the end of that wall down to the other wall. And right there where the patching ends, the ceiling bulges in a little bit, or bulges down a little bit. With the ceiling above that this used to be a load-bearing wall, and now it's pressing inward. Is that going to be okay? You want to be checking that out and making sure that that's not going to cause you future problems. The other thing is this stairway. The stairway is not entirely original. The original stairway used to come down all the way to the floor here when the wall was extended out. This landing and now the new part here is new. Questions to ask yourself: how well was it done? Was it done to code? Was it done safely? How safe is that railing? Are you comfortable with that as it is? Other things to consider: if you're walking around the house and you see what appears to be black or tan sand granules laying around, very fine granules like this, that's not sand or dirt, that's termite droppings. This home is going to need to be very carefully inspected to see what the extent of termite activity is and what needs to be done about it. Alright, let's head on into the kitchen. There's been some remodeling done in this home. This tile floor is new, not original, and the kitchen's been remodeled. Nice granite counters and nice cabinetry. What you're going to want to do is just look at the finish work. Is it everything match up? Is it complete? Does it look the way you want it to look? Any missing spots? I'm going to do a quick panorama around the kitchen because it looks really good, but there's something missing. Can you spot what is missing in this kitchen? As I come back around here, what's missing? Did you get it? There's no oven. Very nice thermidor cooktop here with a range hood above it, but there is no oven. So if you are a baking kind of a person, this is not your kitchen. Let's go and take a look outside here. Again, more patching activities you can see on the wall here. Patching around the windows and around this door. Those are replacement doors, double paned. Everything else is single pane on this side. Again, how was this installed? Was it done by the homeowner? Was it done professionally? How good a job did they do? This house has air conditioning. This is an ancient air conditioning unit. Questions to be asking yourself is how energy efficient is it? How much life is left in it? When are we going to be replacing it? Because that's a very old unit. Other things to think about here in this yard that's not immediately obvious. As I pan around it, you'll see that it's mostly dead in terms of grass. But what you can't very well see on the video is that typically in these cases with just a dead yard, the ground is flat and the grass is just dead. In this case, there's peaks and valleys and just a lot of contour in that yard, which would, along with the fact that we've got kind of a wavy border to the concrete here, would lead me to think that there's something else going on out there. And indeed there is. There used to be a pool out there. So the question is to ask yourself, how good a job did they do in demolishing it and filling it in? Is it just a few inches below the surface, or is it a few feet? That could definitely impact what kind of landscaping you can do out here in the future. Alright, with that air conditioning unit out there, we definitely want to go take a look at the furnace, which here is in the garage. And you can see that this is an ancient furnace. It's been here a long time. In fact, the original tag is still on it. It was installed in 1978. So, questions to ask: is this furnace safe? How long is it going to run? When are we going to be replacing it? Definitely, you'll be wanting to have that inspected. The other thing I want to show you here with this house is the floors. Here you can see that there's a very difference in level between where I'm at in the entryway and the floor into the kitchen. In this case, the tile is new and the mortar for it was laid on top of the original subfloor, maybe even the original floor. So questions to ask yourself is, how well was it done? Is it going to crack? Is it going to break up in the future? Is that a stable installation? In general, you want to walk the floors of any house. Do you feel peaks, dips, valleys, squeaks? Is there places where the floor feels like it's falling away from you? Those are areas that you want to be concerned about, or at least be aware of in terms of making your purchase decision. That's it for this Buyer's Eyes segment. I'm Jeff Spolster, your roving realtor. Until next time, wishing you a good home and a good life.